Creating content changed my life in just 6 months, and I know that sounds a little bit wild, but in this video I want to tell you the story on how that happened. Back at the start of 2020, I was 2 years deep into a job at a call center, and whilst this necessarily wasn't a bad job, I always felt like I was meant for a little bit more. I'd always been passionate about the gym and wanted to make a career out of this, so I signed up to a 6-week intensive course that would qualify me as a level 3 personal trainer. But when I finished the 6-week course, I got another job offer that would change the trajectory of my career forever. See, during the program, we would have 3 live calls a week, and I always made sure that on every single one of those calls, I always put myself out there and would engage as much as I could. Now, this engagement didn't go unnoticed, and the guy who was running the course at the time, Luke Johnson, ended up sending me a message that read a little something like this. "Joe, sir, I need someone to work under me as like an apprenticeship. I can't pay a killer salary, but it will be paid, and I'll dedicate time to whoever it is that I take on and teach them what I know now and learn in the future. You were the first that came to mind. Let me know your thoughts." Now, although as Luke mentions the money wasn't great at the time, this was the exact opportunity that I needed to get my foot in the door in the industry. And at the time, I was just living at home with my mum, so I could afford to be frugal with other things whilst going all in on this opportunity. During the period of working with this company, which was called PT Collective at the time, I ended up creating more content than I ever had before. I was regularly showing up on their socials whilst also using those skills to then show up in my own content creation as well. Now, although my videos certainly weren't the best, I learned so much during this period on not only how to be myself on camera, but also how to edit videos in an engaging way. All skills that would then lead me to take another leap of faith just 18 months later. You see, with the company on the brink of closing down, I needed to make a decision on what I wanted to do. I still had the safety net of becoming an impersonal personal trainer or even an online coach, as I had the qualifications to do so, was in decent shape at the time, and of course now have learned the skills to actually be able to market myself online. But one evening whilst working away, another idea hit me, and my gut was telling me that that was the right decision to go with. You see, Instagram had just launched their brand new feature, Instagram Reels, which was to rival the sudden rise of TikTok and short form content as we now know it today. And because I'd already learned the skills on how to edit videos at the previous company, I thought, why can't I make a business of this, editing especially for online coaches who also work remote? So I used the connections that I had at the previous company I worked for, PT Collective, to reach out to a few coaches in the industry to see if they would be interested in me editing their content. And just the second client that I managed to sign was the one that changed everything. Now, although when I started the business, I had the cringy idea to have the bronze, silver, and gold packages, which everyone seems to think is a brilliant idea at the time. I can promise you it's certainly not. It was still enough to sign this second client, which was Dan and Mike from Business and Banter. And because I provided a great service, I was then invited on to speak to their members group, which at the time had about 300 active online coaches. Now, although I definitely fumbled my way through the call, which wasn't helped by the start of it, me not being able to connect to my Zoom, although I made a fantastic presentation, I couldn't even share it on screen because I got a new laptop and didn't change my Zoom access. It was enough for me to still sign 3 clients off the back of this presentation. This meant just after 2 months of launching my business, whilst I was still working at the PT Collective, I was making £700 per month, which then gave me the confidence to say, well, if I'm making £700 from this as a side gig whilst working a full-time job, how much could I actually earn if I then made this my full-time gig? And that's exactly what I did. I quit my job and decided to go all in on video editing. Although I made an Instagram at the time and I was semi-active on it, all of my clients were coming through referrals and word of mouth by me just providing a good service, which was absolutely unbelievable and a great jump start for my business. And in just 6 months, I was earning around £3,000 a month and able to work from anywhere in the world, which I took full advantage of by heading straight to Southeast Asia and making my way through Thailand, Bali, Philippines, all whilst editing videos for online coaches fully remote and fully at the times that I wanted. I'd achieved some sort of financial freedom, especially in Southeast Asia. For anyone who has been, you will certainly know. And of course, the main objective was achieved of complete location freedom, which I was absolutely over the moon with. However, I certainly made a lot of mistakes, not only during, but also after the 6-month period that almost destroyed my business altogether. And in today's video, I want to share the lessons that have helped me continue on with this lifestyle over the past 3.5 years, as during this period, I've managed to work from over 25 different countries across 5 different continents, whilst still not really having a massive social media presence or making 100K per month that everyone else online seems to be doing these days. Lesson number 1, do not get too high on the high highs or too low on the lows. This is an idea that was recently spoken about on a call inside of my Shredder Academy with Rob Lipsett, and he discussed the importance of longevity, that you need to be able to regulate your emotions. That means if you're having a month where clients just seem to be coming at you left, right, and center, and you have more money than you know what to do with, you don't turn into a complete idiot and start spunking this money all over the place. And in the same breath, when you are going through difficult moments, because a lot of people won't share these online, but trust me, every single online business, no matter how successful, will have a lot of these down periods or quieter periods. It is important that you do not get too low and do not beat yourself up too much. That then starts to impact your decision making and lead to you making emotional, irrational decisions that actually ultimately have a more impact and more detrimental effects on your business in the long term. Because during this 3.5 year period, I know certainly for myself that I've had amazing months where I've signed clients month after month, and then I've also had months where I've lost 50% of my revenue. And a lot of times the outlook I like to have is knowing that a lot of it is in my control. I would like to try and take responsibility for this, but in a way that doesn't then lead to me being desperate and changing my ethics and my behaviors in a way that completely changes how I operate and damage my reputation as a business. Even as of recent, in February 2026, I made a video because I had lost a load of clients in January and I was about to head to Brazil, which I'm actually again back in now as I record this video. And I made a video basically explaining why I didn't want to go to Brazil because of the business impact I had, and I wanted to cancel the trip altogether. Now, thankfully, I didn't cancel the trip, and I reminded myself of the lesson that I spoke about, but this is something that will continually happen over and over again. So although it's not spoken about online enough, you will go through many highs and lows in business. So your job as a business owner is to regulate your emotions as much as you can and do not get caught in these high and low moments too much, and just continue to do the actions that you know will grow your business over a decade, not over the next month. Lesson number 2, the results that you get from organic content compound, and it is not a lottery ticket or an overnight success as it may seem online. Something that I would tell a lot of my clients is that the results that you see from your organic content is usually from the work of the previous 3 to 6 months. Because what happens with most business owners, if you speak to them, is they know that more content would actually solve a lot of their problems. The problem is that they don't actually see any results from this organic content, or I should say they don't stick it out long enough to then see the results of the work they've been putting in. Because I know myself, speaking from my own business, I know when I have those months where it seems like everyone wants to be interested in my services and I'm signing up clients that I didn't even know where they came from. I can probably have a pretty strong correlation that 3 months prior or 6 months prior, I've been bang on it with my content every single week, posting regularly on Instagram and now posting regularly on YouTube. Again, almost linking back to lesson number 1, the problem is that a lot of coaches and creators do not see the immediate effects with their content, especially organic content, and they get caught up measuring the little analytics and let that emotionally dictate how they actually create content over the long run. So as I mentioned, you watching probably know that making more content would indeed solve a lot of your business problems. The problem is actually that you are just not willing to spend the time and have the patience to then see the results of this in the long run. And lesson number 3 is to be open-minded in the beginning of your business and then gradually be a little bit more closed-minded. Now, what I mean by this is that when you are starting your online business, you are naturally going to take on any sort of clients or any sort of work that is aligned to what you could potentially do. In my case, I would edit any sort of videos, I would edit short form, I would edit podcasts. I even had opportunities to write scripts for people, potentially become a videographer and actually go out and film for people. But over time, I've actually narrowed down what I actually provide. Now, there's 2 reasons for this. First is just to save yourself a little bit of sanity as a business owner. If you know exactly the 1 to 2 things that you offer, you know exactly what you can help people with and do a much better job of doing that. But secondly, you have to realize that the business you're building, or at least in my case, and I think you would be the same, is you have to remember the reason as to why you started this business. For example, I know that I could make more money if I was to go out and film with people, but that then takes away from me having the location freedom that I want. Because at the moment with my current business, I can literally be anywhere in the world as long as I have a semi-decent Wi-Fi connection and of course get my work done on time, then I can be wherever I like. But although I could make more money if I was filming people in person and then covering the editing as well, it would then mean that I would be tied to that location and have to be in certain places to then film with the set clients. So although these opportunities have come up in the past and some of them have certainly been tempting, I've had had to be closed-minded as a business owner and a person to say, you know what, I'm happy to leave that on the table because it doesn't fit what I actually want to take from the business. So again, be open-minded at the start, take on all of the opportunities you can so you start to learn what you like, what you can maybe make some more money in. But as the business develops and business evolves, don't be afraid to be a little bit closed-minded, although a lot of people will say that you're leaving money on the table. Again, remember as to why you started this business and have that in mind when you are making decisions moving forwards. And that's it. That's my story on how I've managed to build my business and live my dream life over this past 3.5 years. Now, during this period, I've edited over 4,000 videos for online coaches and fitness creators, and there are 5 lessons that I really wish someone would have taught me sooner, as it would have saved me a lot of time and stress. So if you want to find out what those 5 lessons are, then click this video here and you'll be able to find out.